to the gracious Odin. I fight to honor my fallen friend, his mask of glory to guide my blade, a battle worthy of Valhalla end. The mighty roar calls Bloodhound, the jungle's cold breaths await. Beware Slatra if weak at thy hand, I journey beyond the other's lost fate. In the blindful darkness, the stone-toothed beast fears none. Trust in the Allfather to end with one. Through the vast green of Midgard, its eyes bleed red, like gates of the underworld, like cries of the dead. I face the beast, I challenge its size, with Allfather's strength it falls. I rise. Honor the challenge. In death ascend. Fight, Rinna. Fight again, my friend.
Well, here we are. Got something for me, Loba?
Yes, a surprise. I found your source code in an underground vault, just like Hammond said.
Then why don't you go get it?
Oh, I did. And I took it to one of those lovely phase runners. I had no idea how far they reach. Press of a button and just like that, your source code's halfway to Gridiron.
What?
You took away everything I cared about. Now I'm taking away everything you care about. You're not dying today. You're not dying ever. You have a long, miserable life ahead of you, and for once, killing won't get you what you want. Come after me if you like. But the one thing you care about in this universe is still gone. Think on that for a while, won't you? After all, you have nothing but time.
I will kill you, but not today. Today, I become your shadow, and I wait. And when you finally have something you love with all your heart, I'll annihilate it and send you into the hell you deserve. Think you know, suffering girl? Just wait.
Thank you for coming. I guess you trust me a little.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Crypto. I have my nodes. You'd be surprised what I can do with them.
You could have said shocked instead of surprised.
Yes, I could have. So what is it you want to say to me?
I thought about what you said, and you're right. You can't trust someone you don't know. So, I want you to know, my name is... I am... I'm glad this is amusing to you.
It isn't, I swear. But it can't be that bad. I've been around the arena since I was very young. I've met a lot of people. Not all of them good. I don't think you could say anything that would shock me.
My name is not Hyun Kim. I'm not from Solus.
Alright. Then what is your name? You're really that afraid?
I'm not afraid, but I'm not an idiot. There are people after me.
But the Syndicate will protect you. They want you to compete, so they will keep you safe. Outside the ring, anyway. What?
The person after me is part of the Syndicate.
Why? What did you do?
Nothing! I did nothing! Exactly like I was supposed to do. And everything still went wrong. Sorry.
No, it's alright. Go on.
Before I joined the games, I worked for the Syndicate. So did my sister. One day, we found something we shouldn't have. She tried to steal it. They found out. She went missing, and they framed me for her murder.
Oh, that's terrible. Did you find out what happened to her?
She found me, Maybe. Someone contacted me on King's Canyon. It might be her, or someone impersonating her. Bula. But if it is, she might be able to help me. Because until I have answers and I clear my name, I don't have one. I'm just Crypto.
But you do have a name. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
That's not it. Once someone has your name, they have everything. I'm used to being careful.
You've told me so much, though. Why?
I enjoyed working with you. And you seem honest. Trustworthy. I hope.
You know my father and I work for the Syndicate, don't you? You know that I owe so much to them. Of course. You know everything about everyone. But when Dr. Caustic said you double-crossed Loba, I realized I don't know anything about you. You didn't want me to. You treated me like an enemy. But you know who I am. And you told me all of this anyway. That wasn't very smart. I don't think Crypto would do that. So whoever you are, you're more than just Crypto. I think I could trust you. Now that I know someone in there trusts me. So, nice to meet you. Whoever you are.
It's Taejun Park.
Nice to meet you, Taejun. Your secret is safe with me. And I hope you don't mind inducting me into your circle of friends.
Nice to meet you too, Natalie.
Dust all around me, rust breaking down. Trust the road before me. Life's a betting man in the bone cage. I ride the victory road in the bone cage. I live to rock and love. Just keep on walking. Rust breaking down. Trust the venom's calling. Life's a betting man in the bone cage. Come on, just one more round in the bone cage. Come on and drink it down in the bone cage. I ride the victory road in the bone cage. I live to rock. Vast territory, born to walk the land. Death or glory, I'm a betting man in the bone cage. I stand alone in the bone cage. I'll find my home in the bone cage. I ride the victory road in the bone cage. I live to rock and low.
Approaching drop zone.
Dropping soon, folks. Grab your socks and, that's it, really.
Wraith, grab my jump jets from my footlocker. Left side.
Copy that. Bangalore. What's this?
My knife? It's my knife. Jump jet's right there.
This is a pilot's knife. Who gave you this?
A pilot. I don't have time for this.
Is this a data knife? I mean, what intel's on it?
It's not a data knife. I checked. Now give it to me.
But maybe you didn't do it right. I was a pilot. I can probably figure it out.
Give me my knife, Renee.
It's not yours. It's some pilot's. Let me hang on to it for...
You are not taking anything else from me. What?
Okay, whoa there. Okay, this isn't a playground, all right? This is a get ready for the playground ground. I mean, besides, who fights in a dropship? Yeah, really.
Drop zone ahead. Prepare for your jump.
Kaja. Pardon me, ladies. I got a jump to master.
Knuckle draggers.
Idiots. Here. Take your knife. I just thought I might be able to find intel to help us both. On my past and your brother Jackson.
No one gets to say his name. Especially you.
I'm sorry if I crossed a line, but is there something
Just
that
drop it. Let's jump and get this over with.
It's private and I get it, but if we're gonna fight together, I want to clear the air.
Don't worry, Headcase. Haven't stabbed you in the back yet. Why start now?
Hey, Dad. I know you're out there somewhere kicking yourself for dying, but hey, at least you're not in an open field talking to yourself, right? And now I'm getting a dirty look from Mom, so here goes. Your eulogy. I'm sorry, Dad. Sorry you were floating out there as long as you were. But your boss forgot to tell us what happened. So we didn't know. We just didn't know. And sorry, it's just the two of us. There'd be more people, and probably more tears if we were back on the farm. And if it was 19 years ago. You probably know why we moved out here. What I did. What I almost did. You always said, a job's a job. Never hold a grudge, Kyrie. Life's too short. And listen, I held that grudge, and I had such a tight grip on it. I forgot to do a few things along the way. Like figure out who I was, what I wanted. So I made a decision. I think you'll approve. It's time to devote my life to me. I'm gonna join the games, see where it takes me. Maybe nowhere, maybe everywhere. But I know what I want now. What I always wanted. To be like you, Dad. No. To be better than you. Not because it's your dream. Because it's mine. I wanna fly. Oh, look at that. Got some tears after all. Ugh, you jerk. Sleep easy, Dad. Mom and I miss you. But we're doing okay. We're better than okay. We're 5x5.
Wow. Thank you, friends. For so long, I didn't know why I existed or who created me. Now, I know everything. It all started when this energy crisis threatened the Outlands. But there was hope. It was found in a small group of very smart science people who came together from all different parts of the Outlands for one reason: to save everyone. But they needed help. So they created me. These are my creators, my family. And together, we did something special. We solved the energy crisis. And then, we were attacked.
Hands up! Release the Branthium to us, or I will kill each and every one of you. Wouldn't be my first kill, dearies. phase runner. Thanks for the hand. Now I've got everything I need, Doctor. What's going on?
Not sure. Some sort of failsafe. Commander Reed, I spot something on the catwalk.
Marvin.
Robin, let's go. Follow my target. Copy that! Don't move, Marvin.
But those bad people made a mistake. They thought I was just a Marvin. But I'm much more than that.
Watch it! What?
Get the Marvin! Call for backup!
Hands up! Watch it!
Luckily, my creators gave me the skills to fight and free my family. But the bad guys wouldn't give up. The phase runner was reactivated. I had to stop them.
Give up, Marvin. You can't save them.
I can't let you take my family away! You are not my friend. And you are not my family.
It's a shame you didn't have more of me in you. Maybe that would have made you...
Good always triumphs over bad, but more bad people were coming. And we were running out of time to save the Outlands. So we made a choice. Deliver what we could, and keep the rest out of enemy hands. I love you, family. 75 years ago, I was the reason my creators died. But together, we were the reason the Outlands survived. They're heroes, and they're my family. And I may have lost them, but they're not my only family. I have all of you.
You got it, brother.
And thanks to a friend, I now have something else. A new purpose.
Hey, one more thing. Did you ever find the other one?
What other one?
The one they made from you. Your spare parts. It would run a pretty high price if you find them.
I have a child?
What?
I have a child! And don't worry, kid. Whoever you are, Dad will find you.
Thank you, darling. Science never sleeps. but it can't do much but twiddle its thumbs when we keep losing power.
De rien. Though there's some damage to this wall. I'm not that kind of engineer. Maybe...
Ugh, you dafty thing! Oh, sorry, dear. Power's back on and I lose the database. I can't believe it. I'd swear these vines have a mind to stop us from stopping them.
A unique theory.
Oh, you're the last run in the arenas.
Ash. And I'm here for an update on your progress.
Well, there's...
One of our locations is at risk. Its survival is essential.
We've got a lot of sick people here, dear. The lion's share of our funds are tapped for the immunologists and the botanists.
That's not good enough. We need structural engineers securing the arena site. As you are well aware, we are running a competition. One that is paying for your work here. Our site takes first priority.
Right. We'll get on that. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Do you believe that is sufficient?
I believe we're doing our best under the circumstances. And I believe your priorities are right out of order.
Is that so?
You think your game is more important than people? You're standing on a marvel of modern science that's having the life choked out of it.
A marvel? How sentimental.
Yes. My dearest friend dedicated her life to this place. I raised my son here. Pardon me if I'm a bit touchy about it falling out of the sky.
What's happening?
Okay, the vines. They could be digging in right under our feet. If the building's compromised.
Look out!
Mother of God!
These components have been damaged. Unfortunate.
Wait, you saved me.
Correct.
Thank you. And I'm sorry for losing my temper.
You're fragile. It is to be expected. But your work is essential. Your death would be a significant setback for the project.
Oh, right. Well, now I'm back to work with half the equipment.
The Syndicate will fund replacements. Expect them within 24 hours. I expect an update when your equipment is repaired. You're doing much to protect Lillian Peck's legacy. I'm sure your son Newton would be proud.
Oh, you all right, dear?
Yes, I'm fine. And you?
Yes. Well, about as good as...
Dr. Summers?
My son. Newton. She said his name. How did she know?
It sounds familiar. It's on Pathfinder's statue, isn't it? The dedication, with Grand-Mère.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, dear. Oh, helping me keep my head on straight. Now. Oh, I've kept you from someone, haven't I? Miss Tikachek? Oh, darling, I'm sorry to make you dilly-dally.
Oui. Not at all.
Oh. Right, the plaque. The plaque, right. Aye, that's what it is, it's the plaque. Aye. Hey.
Hello, Dr. Summers. Is that you?
It's, not Dr. Summers, Miss Tikachek.
Oh, there you are. Honey, can you help me? I think my heart has stopped beating.
What? Oh, the heart monitor. We've been having issues with the power. I can help with that. How are you otherwise?
Is that... You're building a fence. It is you. How are the boys? Are they back yet?
I don't know what you're referring to. I'm just a volunteer.
Oh, you're a terrible liar, Natalie. I know who you are. I know who my son is. I know who my other son is. So let's drop the pretense, because my clock is running out, and talking in codes seems to be a real waste of my last night alive. Now, where were we? Oh, how I'm doing. Probably dying tomorrow. How are you, honey? My upcoming demise is funny, is it?
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny, it's just... You're right. I don't know how to lie. I don't even know what I was thinking. I had no plan coming here.
Then allow me to take the wheel and say this. I thank the universe every day my boys have had you to look after them.
And I'm thrilled to meet the woman who raised them.
I don't know if I raised Alexander. I was so young. I thought if I kept that cookie jar full and had him decorate cupcakes and called him names like Smarty Pants. You know that story.
Yes, I know that story.
I ignored all the warning signs. Denial is so easy when you're a new mother. You want so badly to believe the world will be perfect for your kids. We want that so desperately. We'll lie to them and to ourselves and don't even realize. But we do our best. I'm sure your mom has similar stories.
My mom died when I was a baby. It's okay. I had my papa, and he was wonderful. He also died a few years ago.
Oh, being a teenager is hard enough without being an orphan on top of it.
After his funeral, the other legends found me sitting under the kitchen table. They had to coax me out, help me understand that even though they weren't my biological family, they were still...
Your adopted family.
Just... my family.
Well, if I didn't like you before, Natalie, that sealed it. That kind of inner strength.
Oh no, they were the strong ones. My legends. I just wanted to crawl under the table and never come out.
You had the kitchen table. I had a bridge. I'd sit on the ledge every night. Dead husband, dead son, or so I thought. I'd ask the heavens for a sign, a reason to keep going.
And you got one?
I did. He walked out from under that bridge and yelled at me in Korean. He was trying to sleep. He was 12 years old and all by himself. I was 60. And just as alone.
They were our angels.
Here's the thing, honey. They're not angels, they're just people. We made the choice to keep going. That's on us. Give yourself credit. Whatever life throws at you, always know that you can take it. You can take anything.
We are like lightning rods.
Stronger than even we realize.
I still miss him sometimes. When the house gets quiet. Especially at night.
My house is full of children and never quiet. And it still feels empty without Alexander.
When did you realize he was not dead?
The second I saw my first Apex match, I knew. He looks exactly the same. What changed? The part in his hair. Worst disguise I've ever seen. He's not even trying.
Still, that must have hurt. You even had a funeral.
Oh, I was livid. To make your own mother believe, after all he put me through. You get it. You've experienced it. But you never gave up on him. Not entirely. Watching you navigate your way around him in a way that I couldn't. I never stopped loving Alexander. But you're the reason I started liking him again.
I understand him more now. His language, it scares me sometimes, but it's starting to make sense to me now. You should know it got pretty bad. He almost... Miss Tikachek? What is this?
This is my contact info. I don't care what time it is. The next time you're feeling alone in your house, you reach out to me. You're family now, honey. To them and to me. My son thinks very, very highly of you, you know.
He has been supportive of my scientific work in his own way.
That wasn't the son I was referring to. Well, look at that. My heart appears to be working again thanks to you. So, anyway, when they opened Olympus, I had to come. Sometimes a mother needs to step in before her sons go too far. Of course, now they decide to work together. Leave the planet when I show up. Boys, am I right?
What is it?
Think I
Katarina!
need...
Please don't die! Please! Somebody! Help us! Help! Help!
Long ago, there lived a young princess who was blind. This pained the king and queen, so they kept the princess locked in her room to keep her safe from the dangers of the world. One day, a young man passed under her window, singing. His voice drifted through her window and wrapped around her heart, and they fell in love. The young man asked her to keep a candle lit for him, as he'd return that night to spirit her away. The king and queen, however, were listening, and out of fear of losing their daughter, they captured the young man and locked him away. That night, the princess waited by her window with a candle, but the young man never came. She wept for fear that the dangers of the world had hurt her beloved. As she wept, a moth fluttered into her candle's flame, but was quickly extinguished by her tears. Grateful, the moth offered to help the princess find her love on one condition. Bemoaning its cursed lot, the moth confessed it was always drawn to that which would do him harm. It wanted to be reborn as her child, to be free of this curse. The princess swore a blood oath that the moth would be reborn of her, and so they set off into the moonlit night. When the king and queen discovered soon after that their daughter was missing, they quickly burned the young man at the stake to ensure no part of him remained for their daughter to find. They were sure she would then give up her wild passion and return to the safety of her room. Yet, having not strayed from the palace, the moth caught sight of the great blaze that consumed the young man. Unable to resist his cursed ways, the moth plunged into the flames while the blind princess followed. The curse of the moth hung over the kingdom that day and all the days that followed. And no amount of tears could extinguish its flame.
Hammond Robotics, a proud subsidiary of Hammond Engineering, is a name synonymous with growth and innovation. Our #1 priority has always been the safety and well-being of our planetary customers across the Outlands. we're proud to pioneer solutions to keep the Outlands moving towards a sustainable energy future.
All-Father, grant us courage to protect our home, our land, and the beasts that roam upon it.
For Hammond Robotics, there's no such thing as too hot to handle. In keeping with our commitment to bringing you the latest breakthroughs and advancements, we're unveiling the Lava Siphon. Designed to process excess molten rock and release it harmlessly into the atmosphere, the Lava Siphon provides a low-cost, high-output solution that's sure to keep your world safe, turning crisis into opportunity. It's the Hammond way.
Grant us strength, that we will not be led astray by vile tyranny.
Unfortunate volcanic activity getting your world down? Fear not. Hammond's there for you with the Climatizer. Utilizing cutting-edge geoengineering technology to produce heat-absorbing microscopic aerosols, the Climatizer is designed to keep you cool and refreshed all year round.
Grant us wisdom to preserve the cycle of the hunt. May we taka only what we need. May the earth replenish, and so my burg and their burg may hunt anew.
500 years of building brighter worlds together. We are Hammond Robotics. The future is what we make it.
Dear Nem, now, for a very long time, fear surrounded me. From those who feared me, my own fear about who I was. But before I knew fear, I knew love. Your love. It came with me everywhere, even when I was alone. I wore your love like a veil. It kept me safe. Without your love, I would have disappeared, pulled under by the notions of others, drowned by their ignorance. But, like your banga soup, your love kept me warm, protecting what little spark I had left inside, nurturing it long enough to deliver me to my destiny. And now, that spark is a flame, roaring and proud. And here I have made it, where I always dreamed, on this grand stage. I feel the love of many now, from those who did not care to know the once scared boy, who now stands before them a man. Except you. You are my heart, my protectors, and the ones who always saw me, long before I saw myself. Afurunginanya from Obi.
I hear some people go for walks when they need a break. Weirdos, right?
Yes, I can't say I relate. Meanwhile, this is exactly how I expected you to blow off steam.
Not the best shot in the Outlands by accident.
There's some stiff competition for that title.
And is that who you're trying to get off your mind?
You don't want to know who's on my mind.
Wow. Chick's luckier than she knows.
Who are you talking about?
Wait, who are you talking about?
The demonio, of course. Are you...
Oh, giving him too much space in your head, aren't you?
I hardly have a choice.
Look, I'm not here to tell you how to live. But the longer this goes, the uglier it gets.
Well, aren't you full of wisdom? You don't know what I've been through.
Oh, I'm not exactly green here. Woke up one day and never saw my dad again.
Lucky you. I saw my father again. I wish I hadn't.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the measuring stick, I did too. Pulled what was left out of a wrecked Titan, then did whatever I could to get out here and get even. Have the scars to prove it.
Scars, adorable. I was almost buried alive.
Well, burying me alive is the nicest thing some people would do if they ever found me.
In my line of work, we call those valuable customers.
Oh, is that why you're keeping the trash can around? Valuable customer?
For someone so light on her feet, you tread heavily, Miss Imahara.
I'm just saying. You told me you had a chance to finish it. Why didn't you?
He thanked me for the opportunity. He wants nothing more than to leave this world. But he doesn't deserve peace. He deserves to suffer forever.
But then you'll suffer forever.
I seem to recall you had a rendezvous with the Commissioner, but you didn't end it either.
Yeah, because he doesn't matter. I gave up 2 years, made too many enemies, and dragged my mom across the universe for Kuben Blisk. He doesn't deserve to be the most important person in my life. And if I went through with it, he would be. Forever. Whatever I do now, it's gonna be about me. What I want.
It seems that what you want now is company.
Is someone offering?
I shouldn't be. Not while he's got his eyes on me.
Well, I've put enough dents between those light bulbs. Besides, he's had plenty of time to make good on it. Sounds to me like he's blowing smoke.
It's late.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling a bit peckish. I expect you are too?
Oh. Your treat?
Or yours. If I can outshoot you.
Defend my title or treat a beautiful woman? Decisions.
Okay, step aside. Let me show you how to do this.
Ooh, good shot. All right.
Okay, Miss Big Shot.
Okay.
Ah. Oh, you think you're so tough now.
Gotcha.
That was lucky. No, that was lucky. I know skill when I see it. That was lucky.
MadMaggie, you put that on my grave. You're charged with producing counts of sedition.
Kia ora, big fella. Long time, eh? For a lot of things, come to think of it. Long time since we shared a brew. Long time since I've used a pen and parchment. Or had to bloody spell parchment. And a long time since we've talked. I ain't bad at getting a mob riled up, but I never really took to the real talk thing. A 30-30 usually said everything I needed to. But now, Syndicate's got me in a cage, mate. Ain't long till they make an example out of me, so, cuz, we got a corridor. Thought we wanted the same thing, you and me. Freedom. We fought for it. Burned cities to the ground for it, but maybe freedom means a whole lot of different things to a whole lot of different people. To me, it means not being controlled by some egg who thinks he knows better. To you, maybe it means following your heart. Always wondered what my last request would be. Figured maybe a steak or getting to punch someone real important. Turns out it was writing this bloody letter. Anyway, better freshen up. The hangman's noose calls. Thinking of ya. Then, now, and always. Margaret.
Hello, I'm Lisa Stone with Outlands TV. We're here today with Obi Edolasim, known in the ring as Seer. Thanks for being here, Seer.
It is my pleasure. Rest assured, there will be no technical difficulties today.
Oh, glad to hear it. You've never accepted our requests for an interview before. Why now?
I have no need for that kind of spotlight. I prefer my art to speak for itself. But my fellow outcasts called for me to speak, so I would like to thank them for their support.
I'm sure they're all watching right now. You've made quite a splash in the Apex games, and Seer has become a household name throughout the Outlands. Why did you choose that name?
I wanted something that reflected going past the mundane, to see the truth at its core. I toyed with a few ideas, but I think Seer suits me best.
Because of your eyes?
That was part of it. All of my life I have been known by these eyes. I thought it was time I made them my own.
That's, of course, a reference to your curse, correct? A calamitous gaze that some say resulted in the destruction of Boreas's moon.
You speak of a fable.
It's no fable that the moon's destruction has led to increasingly devastating weather patterns, dying ecosystems, and a shortage of food, among other catastrophes for the citizens of Boreas. According to a recent poll, a growing number of them list you as the reason for these disasters. How does that make you feel?
I can only show them where my heart is. I've always strived to rise above those voices and inspire change, to encourage others to see the beauty around us, even in destruction.
Ah, so you see yourself above the criticism?
No, that is not what I meant.
You've found success with this image you've built. But with that success, detractors on your feed say you should be doing more to help Boreas. You've been, and I quote, spouting inspirational phrases. The people of Boreas can't fill their bellies with inspiration. Do you really think that there's beauty in their home falling apart? What are you truly doing to bring about tangible change?
I wanted...
I've been looking over the transcripts from your last few games. You don't mention Boreas, or steps to change its fate, just your outcasts. Have you spent any time doing philanthropy work on Boreas? Rebuilding damaged homes, distributing food, working with the displaced families? Or is most of your time spent participating in the Apex games? I see. I wonder what your fans think of that.
These were not the questions that were given to me.
My producer had some last-minute notes.
Thank you for inviting me to your show. You have given me a lot to think about.
Of course. And that's our time. Thanks to Seer for letting us in on who he truly is. Next on Outlands TV, growth amongst the Syndicate planets takes a turn for the better with Eduardo Silva of Silva Pharmaceuticals at the helm. More on this after these messages.
Dark, foreboding forest, evil, chompy creatures lying in wait, and me and old Houndy on the hunt. If that ain't a great weekend, I don't know what is.
I am happy for the invitation, Walter Fitzroy.
Well, what are best mates for, eh?
Yes. Now, to focus on the hunt.
And speaking of best mates, see, we Salvonians ain't exactly expert communicators. Just ask Mags. So, when we need to get something off our chests, we let a little adventure grease the wheels.
My wheels are sufficiently greased, as you say.
Are they? Ain't we got something to talk about? Something even the new kid smelled a mile off.
I'm not a child. Keep her observations to her.
Houndy, if the new kid's talking about it, we ought to talk about it.
This is the right time to discuss.
It's exactly the right time, isn't it? You and me. Sparks flying, signals going back and forth, butt slaps re-entering the conversation. But it all went cold, and I don't know why you're shutting me out.
Walter!
What we got, mate? I ain't felt with anyone.
Really?
Yeah. And all it took to rattle you was some kid pointing out what we both obviously feel.
Nay, it is not her.
So it's me then? Of course it's bloody me.
Nay, Walter!
Then what the bloody hell is it?
Afraid! There is a beast that cannot be tracked or predicted. It is wild, untamable. It is love, Walter Fitzroy. To feel so much for someone. To allow such feelings. It is frightening. I lost Boone.
Listen, I'll grant you, she can be a rough ride, this life. But mate, I'm not going anywhere.
Walter.
Come on, you piece of crap. How'd they do this? Sorry, mate. All closed down for the night.
Oh, Ramya, don't I have an open invitation? I figured you want to confront your thieves.
Oh, you got some nerve showing up at my shop again, Franny. Ready for another ass-kicking?
Oh, you won that fight? Did I forget whose place burned down? Put your eyesore of a gun away. I didn't bring any matches today. I don't need to, when your clients are fleeing like the shop's on fire already.
Don't know what you're on about, mate. Rampart Mods is going stronger than ever.
Oh, is it? What's the last thing you made that wasn't a drink with your name on the label? Your clients aren't buying because there's nothing worth buying.
Yeah, I would have had something new to sell. They weren't buying it from you.
The Nemesis was fair game. After all, you designed it when you were one of us, but you couldn't finish it. I saw you tinkering with it when I came in. Still, can't figure it out, huh?
I was just seeing what a mess you made out of my creation.
Want the secret? Maybe we'll tell you. If you come back to the crew.
Oh, is that what you came here to say? You said, yeah, sure, of course, on my way. After all your attempts at ruining my life.
Big Sister's taking us legit, and she thinks you could be an asset.
Legit? Oh, ho, ho. Legit, you Muppets. And me.
She knows your talent, that special touch you have that takes her work to the next level. This is your lifeline, Ramya.
That mask of hers too tight? You got lucky with the Nemesis. Better milk that for as long as you can. Won't be too long before people see through your boring derivative stolen designs and they remember the special touch of a real modder, like me.
Oh, I'm a thief, but you're a modder. What a fancy word for plagiarist. I thought stealing is fine as long as it's done before a logo's slapped on it. Isn't that where you came from, Sheila?
Sheila's grown past anyone else's design. I left that rubbish in the past with you and Big Sis.
Believe what you want. It doesn't change the truth.
You can tell Big Sis to shove it. And she's welcome to try and burn down my shop when I crush her again.
Whatever you say, Ramya. You want to know how the Nemesis works? Give us a call. We'll be here when you realize you only have one place to go.
Don't you listen to her, Sheila. You're a Rampart special. All right. And here's that special touch for you, too. Damn it!
Mr. Silver, I don't believe I left the door unlocked. I also don't believe I gave security the night off.
Do you really think they work for you, Mr. Brinkman? Directly or indirectly, there are few in the Outlands who do not answer to me. Ooh, very foreboding. Look, it's past my bedtime, so I'm going to politely ask you to leave. At gunpoint. Let me ask you a question. Do you shoot all your problems, Mr. Brinkman? Just the ones who sit in my favorite chair. What of your game? I haven't any interest. Out. Of course, Mr. Brinkman, of course. Just one question. How far would you go to protect your son? Threatening my boy's a mistake. You bastard. Oh, is that what I am? It's hard to say I know little of my parents. Pull that trigger and your boy dies. You know this. We made a deal. I come out of retirement. You keep my son safe. You will not enjoy renegotiating the terms. Terms? Renegotiation? No, this is but a casual house call. Or I'll kill your son if you do not cooperate. Now tell me, how far would you go to protect him? You know exactly how far. You've seen. Oh, yes, everyone's seen the grand sacrifice you've made. On talk shows, magazines, billboards. Very noble, living out your son's dreams. His dreams would get him killed. He's safe. Though he may hate me forever. We are kin, you and I. My son hated me. Well, that's hardly a revelation. Anyone who turns on the news knows how Octavio feels about his father. No, Octavio's not my... There was someone before him. My joy, my tether to the earth. Oh, please don't tell me Eduardo Silva had a soul once. My boy was sick. I moved the stars to find a cure. Silva Pharmaceuticals was built on this quest. I hurt people. Many people. Whatever it took to save my son, he begged me to stop, to let him go. I would not. And would you believe I found the cure, but too late. My son died hating the man I had become. I am sorry. And Octavio, that cure, my stim, is the greatest medical breakthrough in humanity's long history, and he uses it as a sports supplement. The life he has, the gifts, they should have been my son's. You asked me how far a father would go, and yet you seem to know the answer better than most. So why are you really here? I serve the Outlands as a father to his son, protecting the people from threats they do not yet see and cannot yet understand. There is no line I will not cross. Call it ruthless. It is. I am. But they are safe. A father's burden is heavy, and I wondered, is it all worth it, August? Well, Nathaniel may never look at me the way he did when he was a boy. But at least he's alive to hate me, Eduardo. Yes. Good. Yes. The most powerful man in the Outlands. And you came all this way because you needed someone to talk to. Would it shock you to hear highly paid sycophants do not make for great listeners? And Cherise. I wouldn't want to appear weak to someone like her. Indeed. It is nice having an old friend. We few. We happy few. He would make a fine legend, wouldn't he? He's my boy. He already is. Well, thank you, Mr. Brinkman. You have given me the resolve for what comes next.
What comes next, Tuada?
It's Torres, actually. And the future, my friend. The future.